Welcome back, viewers. You are still tuned in to Prime Live. And remember, it is a Motivation Monday, and it is an inspirational one at that. And we are so privileged to be joined by Kedibone Liena Kgopane, who is a motivational speaker who hails from the Free State but is currently based in Pretoria. Now, as a mother, an orphan, and a graduate in both business management as well as information technology, Liena has harnessed her life experience to be able to inspire others. Now, Liena's powerful style of public speaking comes from a very clear message that the future is in the hands of the young people, and they absolutely have the power to shape it. Liena joins us now to tell us more about her inspiring journey, as well as a little bit about some motivation and her upbringing. Liena, thank you so much for joining us on Prime Live this evening.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm glad to be welcomed here.
It's such a privilege for us to be able to have conversations with individuals like yourself, because we talked about this just in the introduction, is that this time of year can be very demotivating for a lot of people. Year-end fatigue starts to kick in, and we all need that little bit of motivation to get us through the rest of the year. But before we get into any of that, what inspired you to delve into motivational speaking? And can you tell us a little bit more about some of the topics that you cover as a speaker?
Okay, thank you so much. Highly appreciate. First of all, it relies on most of the time my childhood. Growing as a young lady, it's been almost 25 years I'm without parents. I lost my mother when I was very young. So I'm coming from Free State. It's a very lovely place or province. Okay, I've started my schooling in my primary school, grow up like that. I've been doing well at school. Then I went to high school. From high school, it's been a struggle. But what was motivating me most to keep on, no matter how difficult it is, the community that I'm coming from, in a black society, I was different because I was coming from a colored area place. So those are people that were showing me so much support. I never even felt that I'm the orphan. So what inspired me mostly is that I've always known that education is a very crucial key in order to reach out there, because you know, when you make a door-to-door or you whatever there's opportunities that arises there, you must have a document in your hand that can speak on your behalf. So such is one of the things that have motivated me a lot. And then having to be in the industry of motivational speaking, from my own perspective and experience, growing up, it was difficult, especially with a girl child, because now you are vulnerable to people who can use you, things like teenage pregnancy, also things like you can end up giving yourself to men for a survival, such in a way that you are even taking your own life at risk. But I've always have people that always motivate me and guide me to show me that just because you are the orphan, this is not the only way for you to survive. You can make it. And I used to excel at school. So that was one of the traits that I hold on, that let me use the weapon I have in my education. So I continued with this journey with the support of the community, and they have helped me a lot, because I managed to reach out even when there's a child that is getting out of line. They will often use me as an example, that look at that child, look at Liena. She's even not without parents, especially those that children who don't respect their parents. It's a challenge, a lot of challenge. So in such a regard, motivational speaking has given me a platform of how to express myself and how to guide others into a path of doing good and using opportunities that are out there, no matter how struggle it is. But we always look at the bigger side, at the positive side, that if I can do 1, 2, 3, I'll be able to excel in life.
I mean, your journey is absolutely amazing. I'm in awe of, the achievements you've had, as well as learning a bit more about your story. And I think so many young people in South Africa can learn so much from you. And that's actually something you're very passionate about, is young people, and particularly the issues that young people are facing. What do you feel are some of the biggest issues from your experience as a motivational speaker and as a South African? What do you feel are some of the biggest issues that are facing our young people today?
Unemployment is one of the most things that our youth are suffering from. Unemployment, peer pressure, lack of support from the society. Let's touch the issue of also getting involved in crime. let's touch the issue of a boy child. More often in many communities, attention is being given to us as we female. We have been always told that we are at risk of getting raped. And also when you are pregnant, you must be careful that conceiving before the time of conceiving, or even being and end up in being a parent before the time of being a parent. Nevertheless, also having to be disturbing your journey of falling pregnant while you are at school, which can pause or delay the process of your progress in life. So, but at most of the time, a child boy is being neglected. You'll find that most of children are raised without fathers. If you look at our black communities at some instance, nevertheless, I believe in other racials, there's still challenges, but mostly with my own experience, in black society, a child boy often been raised with a single mother. And then in that meantime, others are even raised by the grandparents. Of these grandparents happen to be grandmothers. So they don't have a figure of having a father to show me and guide them that this is what I'm going through. How do I deal with my body changing? Let's say, for instance, adolescent stage. How do I deal with 1 to 3? When I'm feeling this way, what do I do? Looking up for a father, somebody who can be guiding them. So you'll find that mothers, they are having too much responsibilities. They provide they are both playing the role of being a father as well. So some other attributes, they don't have so much knowledge on that because now there's no father figure. So it affects a child boy in such a way that they are vulnerable to crime. They commit crimes because they feel like this is the only solution. I am not employed. We are trying to, we even study. We come home and sit home with our qualifications. So the only solution is to rob people. The only solution is to compete with other people. You see somebody driving cars, you don't even know if those cars are the cars that they were being hijacked, somebody was hijacked or something. You feel like you want to fit in. So such issues, they affect a boy child a lot, and they often don't be remembered in the community that these people, let me make example with myself. I grew up being approached by most men. You know, they will tell you, no, you are beautiful. We can do 1, 2, 3 for you. But if you are a man, you are on your own. You don't have somebody who feels like there's something they can put on the table in exchange of giving you something. So a child boy, they are the one that are most vulnerable for majority of crimes. You'll find that for even involving themselves in issues like drugs abuse, because they try to distress themselves and find something that can keep them busy. So it's a huge challenge. But what I can say is that everything goes with choice. You tell yourself that if I do 1, 2, 3, what's the consequences of being involved in this? How is it going to impact? Where am I going to fit in future? Am I building myself? Am I destroying myself? And you find also people are shy to speak because you go and discuss your problem to somebody. They'll discuss it and make you a laughing stock. So most of people, they are a little bit distant in seeking help and shouting in the community, in joining some organizations. If I make an example, I was called of one of the biggest organizations that is called NICRO. NICRO is the organization that is helping young people during their sentences. Either before sentenced or before they go to court. There will be some social workers that, especially if you are underage as well, because crime is start at a very little age. So you find such an organization being available at court. They are being offered that, please, is there anyone who can try to give advice that when someone is taking this road, what will be the consequences? So I was invited to that so that I can give them motivational speaking and explain to them as an orphan that, hence myself, I had my challenges. You find so funny that even our families and relatives, once you don't have parents, we are a lovely family while your parents are still there. Once your parents are gone and no more in this world, you are on your own. But that didn't stop me from thinking positive, because I was even having people who were always guiding me and say, you know what, you have potential. Don't throw your future in the dustbin. Try to build yourself. Use this thing of being education, in regardless what are going to be the consequences. Focus on the positive side. So more often I always motivate such people that, you know what, even if at some stage, sometimes it's like there's no bridges to cross over, there's still a way. especially even churches, they help a lot. We go to churches, we turn to people to teach people that the word of God is useful. We may not be all Christians or different beliefs or different cultures, but at the end of the day, there is some organizations that, like churches, that they play a role in building somebody's spirit, emotional, intellectual property as well, to give them a clear guidance.
Well, that's very true. I think you highlighted some really important issues that young people are facing in South Africa. Yes, young girls in South Africa, just walking outside and going to school, you're putting yourself at so much of risk because of how dangerous it is to be a woman in South Africa or to be a young girl. But I love that you put some emphasis on the boy child and how much of, care and love we need to put into the boy child, and how much young men need those positive role models, positive male role models, to be able to build them up, build their character, and to be able to motivate and inspire them, because that is essentially what is creating the generation of men that our women are being surrounded with. And if we have a generation of men that are strong, confident in themselves, that respect women, and they are determined and motivated, and they are the carriers of a good society, that is exactly the key to a good society, and where you create an environment where women and young girls in South Africa are also then safer. So I love that you've been able to use your own experiences to be able to motivate and inspire, because not everybody has that person in their life who's going to say to them, I believe in you and I think you can do this. I see your potential. And sometimes you need that. You need that one person to show you the right direction and to be able to teach you that anything is possible, and to believe in yourself as well. Before we let you go, are you able to share with us any of your contact information, maybe even your social media handles where our viewers can get hold of you, maybe follow you for some of your content? And I know you work with a lot of incredible organizations as well, and maybe some of those projects that they can maybe get involved in as well.
Oh yes, most definitely. It's been quite some time I work with an organization called Knowledge is Power. They are the one that gave me most of the platforms to be able to have a hands-on there and there whenever I'm needed. So that has actually added so much value. And for that, if as much as I'm under their umbrella, so I want to believe that they deal with many different stakeholders and other people in different departments. So for them to be able to have chosen me to say, look, we among people that we know we have worked with, we prefer that you can have a piece of 1, 2, 3. So such an organization, I want to believe that they play a crucial role, because they were initially created to be able to manage to guide other people through people like me, and say, if we can have Liena in the process giving motivational speaking to so individuals, possibly the message will reach out to the right ear. So what I can say that yes, contact is there. I'm using Facebook as Nurhan's mom, Faith's mom, because I'm using my children's name, Liena. In other words, I'll repeat it again. It's Faith's mom, Nurhan's mom, Liena. So, and then for Instagram, I'm also on Instagram as Unstoppable Lee. In other words, that comes behind me saying, I'm capable of everything. Nobody can stop me. And then coming to the contacts, my cell phone number goes as just follows: 078-085-5166. And also those who would like to reach me out through the emails is K for King with small cap letters, K for King 12, Kgopane is my surname, KGOPANE@gmail.com.
That's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Liena, for joining us this evening. I mean, speaking to you has been incredibly inspiring. Being a mother, a businesswoman, a motivational speaker, you are all these amazing things. And I think women in South Africa looking out at you now can see the potential of what their future can be. And it's really inspiring that, yes, you are successful and you're a mother and you've done all these amazing things and a motivational speaker, but I love that you've chosen to use your platform to give back to young people in South Africa. And we need more people like you in South Africa. So thank you so much for joining us on the show this evening.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and I appreciate for the platform. It's been lovely to be here.
It's such a privilege for us to have this conversation with you. Viewers at home, that is Liena, a resident motivational speaker as well as an absolute extraordinaire who is incredibly passionate about addressing the issues that young people are facing in South Africa. We definitely need more people like this who have a focus on addressing the issues that young people are experiencing, but not just addressing them, but absolutely doing something about it. If you feel like you need some motivation in your life, or if you are in a particular area where the schools need a bit of support, or there are children there who could benefit from some incredible motivational talks, please do reach out to her on her social media platforms, email, or via her contact number as well. But on that note, it is time for us to head over to an ad break, and we'll come right back.